everyone. Today we have the privilege of welcoming and inspiring a young personality who has achieved remarkable success at such an early stage in her life, and her dedication and vision has totally set her apart. We are honored to have with us Mrs. Kashmira Zadhav from Zadhav Industries. It's our pleasure to host you today, and we are excited to gain the insights of your journey and experience and the path that led you to where you are today. So let's begin the interview with a brief introduction.
So I am currently the director at Zado Group, where we are three brands under the Zado umbrella. The first one is Zado Gears Limited, which is a ginning pressing machinery manufacturing unit. The second is Zado Leyland Private Limited, which is an agri implement manufacturing unit. And the third one is Gooks Industries, which is into retail furniture, sheet metal furniture. So my journey to start with has been very hands-on because from the very beginning itself, instead of following a very linear path, I have been put in charges of different departments. So I joined as the shop floor. Then I worked my way through production, stores, purchase, new product development, sales, HR, administration. So I have worked in all these units very hands on at very basic level because if you don't have the foundational knowledge of each department, you cannot make decisions at the higher level, right? So over time, my focus has shifted from day to day operations to strategic roles. Like right now, my focus would be developing leaders, the second line, second generation. I'm a second generation entrepreneur here. My father started this unit. So strategic product development, which markets to enter. So today my role is that, but I started 10 years back from operations.
That was a very well journey. Like when you get the knowledge at the root level, it is very convenient for us to make a decision well from perspective of your employees. Correct. So as you were quite young and when you started your career, and how do you feel about the responsibilities that you currently hold, and also what are the some hardships or challenges that you faced along the way that shaped how you are today, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah. So, like you said, I started very early in the company, and it meant taking on responsibilities for which I was not ready. Even today, I'm working as the CEO of this unit, whereas um, my age is not so high, so much. So, but I believe you don't take up a job when you're ready, but you get ready on the job, right? So that's what I faced. Um, Talking about the challenges, earning credibility was one of the things because I joined here very young and I was a female. In most of the boardrooms, even today when I attend meetings, there are hardly any women. There's just me. Others are all men because this is a manufacturing unit. So earning that credibility was my challenge. And if I have to tell you how I overcame that, it would be a thorough homework because here are people sitting with me whose experience is more than my age. So when I was 25, their experience was already 30 years old. So they could shut me down and say, you don't know, this is not how it works. So I had to do a thorough homework, prepare myself, get my data right before coming into a meeting and presenting something in front of these stalwarts. So that was one of the another challenge was short term operations was has to be matched with long term vision. Many times you get bogged down or you get engrossed into the everyday operations administrative issues, but it is very important to stick to the vision, the objective that is in front of you, and decide which matter should take most of your time and which matter should be handled and or delegated. So I think those were the challenges.
Yes, this journey has been wonderful for you, but would you like to tell that who has been the biggest influence in your life, either personally or professionally, and why is that?
So I would like to give two influencers that we call who have really changed the path of my life and my career. The first one is my father, of course, because he's the closest mentor or the closest idol I have, who I work with every day. And the kind of vision he had to put up a manufacturing plant in an industrial desert region of Amravati. अमरावतीमध्ये तुम्ही बघाल की आसपास मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग सेटअप टेक्निकली ॲडव्हान्स सेटअप नाही आहेत. इथे मोस्टली कॉटन टेक्सटाईल असतील, मार्बल कटिंग किंवा टाईल असतील, असे इंडस्ट्रीज जास्ती आहेत. बट वी आर कोर engineering कंपनी हू आर डिझायनिंग देअर ओन, मेकिंग प्रोटोटाइप्स, टेस्टिंग, व्हॅलिडेशन सगळं आम्ही स्वतः करतोय. सो दैट विजन वॉज माइंड बॉगलिंग. हाउ कैन अ पर्सन थिंक कि मैं इधर अमरावती में ऐसा कुछ कर सकता हूँ जहाँ पे लोग रिसोर्सेज नहीं है, नॉलेज नहीं है. सो आई थिंक दैट इज, एंड आई सी हिम वर्क एवरी डे रिलेंटलेसली. He comes, he works 8 hours every day, even at the age of 63, 65. And he still looks forward for new projects and new ventures. Somebody would think, अब तो सब अचीव कर लिया है मैंने, hundreds of crores का टर्नओवर हो गया है कंपनी का, तो लेट मी जस्ट नाउ रिटायर, लेट मी रेस्ट, लेट मी टेक इट स्लो. बट his energy, if you meet him, is out of this world. I mean, so that is one of the, yeah. And the second would be Ratan Tata, mainly because how he conducts business ethically. He would give up on a profit making business if it is not ethical, and it takes guts, it takes strong value system. And here in Zado Group we try to work on that, की जर कोणासोबत चुकीचं होत आहे आणि माझा फायदा होत आहे तर I would choose की चुकीचं न होणे over my फायदा. And I think that is what we try to tell all our employees.
Such a great perspective. But you had this in your mind since childhood. You had this great influence. But if we think about it, if you weren't in this role today, what would you think you would be doing instead?
You are asking me if I was not doing what I'm doing, what would I do? So I discovered that I love building systems, strategizing ideas, and scaling things. So I feel if I was not doing this, I would be start doing my own company, something of my own, or it could be anywhere actually. I don't mind the domain. Um, I could be in event management. I could be in consultancy maybe, because I love building systems. I love training people, getting people together, and so I think I would still be growing things and making ideas and developing people.
So you have that leadership qualities since childhood.
Yes, I feel that it comes naturally. I think because of the family blood, and so yeah.
So how do you approach your decision making, especially in the high pressure situations?
Yeah, so I would like to answer that in 3 very important steps. The first is, whenever there is a decision to be made, the clarity of objective is important. You have to first ask yourself why I'm making this decision. What is the purpose? Right? That clears most of the things. If you have so many choices, you have to just ask, does this help the objective? Does this help the objective? If it's saying no, then you cut that out. The next would be completely data based. I believe in numbers. I do not take most my decisions on the basis of feelings or gut, because many times feeling goes one way, but data tells a very different story. So clarity of objective and data driven decisions. And the third one, very important when the organization grows in levels, is speed of decision making. Otherwise it goes from one level to another to another to another. So I personally take the responsibility to speed up my decisions. So I think those three.
So yes, you make very mature decisions based on the data and everything. But if you have to face a failure or setback in your life, how do you handle that as a leadership role?
Okay, so first of all, I take failures as feedback loop. You do an action, you fail, so you get the feedback, this did not work. The feedback is not I failed, but the feedback is this way did not work, so there has to be another way. So first you analyze why you failed. You improve on those systems. And the next important thing is you have to make it foolproof. You must have heard this word, foolproofing. It means कि वापस वो गलती ना हो, कि कोई बंदा जिसको नॉलेज नहीं है, स्किल नहीं है, वो भी अगर वो पाथ पे चलना चाहे तो उससे भी गलती ना हो, ऐसा फुल प्रूफिंग मैं कैसे बना सकती हूँ मेरे सिस्टम को, प्रोसेस को. So that's how I
That is a great perspective. As you are thinking about the younger generations and who do not have guidance in their life, what advice would you give to the young individuals who might feel unprepared on taking the big responsibilities in their early life?
So like I said, you can never be ready for a responsibility, but you get ready while taking up the responsibility. ओके, मतलब रेडी झाल्यावर मी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी घेईल असं नाही, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी घेतल्यावर मी रेडी होईल. सो टेक ऑन द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज वॉट आय फील. अँड यू हॅव टू स्टार्ट स्मॉल, कुठेतरी छोटंसं सुरू करा. कधी कधी आपण वेट करतो की माझा हा एवढा प्लॅनिंग झाल्यावर, ही पीपीटी बनल्यावर, किंवा माझा क्लास, माझी एक्झाम झाल्यावर आय विल स्टार्ट. बट आय फील जिथे आहात तिथे स्टार्ट स्मॉल अँड कन्सिस्टंट. माझा तर कोर व्हॅल्यू आहे माझ्या कंपनीची, यू हॅव टू बी कन्सिस्टंट. जे पण तुम्ही करता ना ते वारंवार करा. एक हॅबिट पण बिल्ड करायची आहे, तो यू हॅव टू डू इट फॉर 21 days. सो एनिथिंग तुम्हाला मला माझी इमेज बनवायची आहे, तर आय हॅव टू फर्स्ट डू समथिंग फॉर 21 days अँड देन प्रीच, देन टीच की हे असं करायचं आहे. पण जर मीच नाही करते तर देर इज नो पॉईंट. अँड थर्ड वुड बी कंटिन्युअस इम्प्रूव्हमेंट. You have to keep improvement, keep learning. आजकाल तर there are so many avenues available on ChatGPT, AI, YouTube, these online classes, ki there's nothing to stop you.
Also, what advice would you give to the aspiring entrepreneurs who are just starting out?
So I would first say ki you have to focus on solving a problem. Just because मला एक product चांगला वाटतोय म्हणून मी बनवतो असं नाही, पण तुम्हाला स्टार्ट असं करायचं आहे की whenever you start a new company, new product, startups जे म्हणतात, की मी कोणता प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह करते याने. आय थिंक ते क्लिअर असणे डोक्यात इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. एन्श्योर दॅट यू आर सॉल्विंग अ प्रॉब्लेम. द नेक्स्ट वुड बी यू हॅव टू हॅव स्ट्रॉंग फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ बेसिक्स. ते जर तुमच्याकडे नाही आहेत तर नेक्स्ट स्टेजवर कुठेतरी फेल होणार आहे. So strong finance, maybe it could be finance, it could be product development, it could be technical knowledge, it could be operational knowledge, but whatever you're interested in, fundamentals are very important, and that is where engineering comes into picture. Take your engineering very seriously. तिथेच basics शिकणार आहात. My father and the company totally believes आम्ही कधीच टर्नओव्हरला चेज नाही करत. म्हणजे वी डोंट चेज मनी, वी डोंट से की मला इतकं पैसा कमवायचा आहे. We always think about sustainable growth. Ki how can, if I'm launching a product, how can it last for 40 years, 50 years? How can I build a legacy on this? Right? And most important is you need to have a strong team, because if you're thinking of becoming big, then you have to delegate things. तर मग तुम्हाला जे काही नवीन लोक हे येत आहेत तर अर्लीच तुम्ही एक चांगली टीम बनवणं चालू करा. सगळं मीच करतो असं नाही होऊ शकत. You have to have somebody in finance, somebody in production, somebody in purchase. असं काहीतरी तुम्ही हे करून early if you start, it is better. More hands, better.
We love your perspective about the growth of a company and the way you think about sustainability. But our magazine upcoming edition is Gen Z, and we would love to hear your thoughts about it on this generation. And how would you describe Gen Z, and what qualities stand out the most to you in this generation?
So Gen Z, I'll give you the positives and the negatives. Okay, because I belong to the millennial generation. Now next is Gen Z, and the next would be the alpha, and then the beta. So every generation has positives and negatives. So the positive about Gen Z is they are very aware. They are very adaptable. They are eager to learn. म्हणजे डिजिटली तुम्ही बघाल की आम्हाला ज्या टेक्नॉलॉजीज किंवा सिस्टम्स माहीत नसतात, जेनझी आज त्यांना सगळं माहिती आहे. देर आर अडॅप्टिंग टू न्यू वेज, बी इट फोन, बी इट द न्यू सोशल मीडिया प्लॅटफॉर्म्स, be it AI, they are adapting very fast, they are learning very fast. So I think that is a positive. Also, they are ready to change, which was a little rigid in the past. Not even millennials, आमच्या ह्याच्यात पण नाही, आमच्या आधीच्या जनरेशन चेंजला थोडी हे असते. But since the next few generations, change acceptance has grown, which is a good part. And I think the work-life balance hai na, that is coming into picture now. Attaparanta we don't even talk about work-life balance. For us, work is more important. We will work for 10 hours, 12 hours. But Gen Z is like, if I have to sustain for long, मला आज वर्क लाईफ बॅलन्स गरजेचं आहे, नाही तर आय विल बी बर्न आउट आफ्टर सम टाइम, विच इज आय थिंक इट शुड बी टेकन पॉझिटिव्हली. खूपशे लोक ते नेगेटिव्हली घेतात की यांना कामच नाही करायचं आहे, बट दॅट्स नॉट द केस. दे वॉन्ट टू हॅव अ बॅलन्स. आय थिंक दॅट इज पॉझिटिव्ह. The negative, I think, would be they're easily distracted because today there are so many options, so many awareness, so many platforms, की डिस्ट्रॅक्शन खूप इझी आहे. जेन्झी स्टिक नाही करत एकायला. कधी कधी इफ यू सिलेक्ट अ पाथ ना, तुम्हाला त्या पाथवर फेलियर्स येतील पहिल्यांदा, दुसऱ्यांदा, तिसऱ्यांदा, चौथ्यांदा देर कुड बी अ सक्सेस, बट यू डोंट वेट ओनली फॉर द चौथा चान्स. दुसऱ्यावरच गिव्हअप केलेलं असतं. सो आय फील दॅट इज.
Patience is a quality that Gen Z needs to learn from millennials. Also, Gen Z is described as a generation that is more aware and outspoken about the social issues. What are your thoughts on that perspective?
I think it is very good to be aware, to have a perspective on things. And I think they are not very rigid also. They are easy, they are okay to listen to the other perspective and mold their own perspectives. So I feel it is a positive. It should be taken as positive to be outspoken, to put your point in the front. Maybe how it is put could be an issue. You don't have to appear very rigid and dominating when you put your point forward. It could be done in a very nice way. जे थोडं मला थोडं मिसिंग वाटतं. Kids today, how they talk to their parents, even if they might be right, but the way it is put matters.
They mostly want to convince their parents, but it turns out to be aggressive and rebellious.
Rebellious. That's how it comes out. But I feel parents should look beyond that and focus on what they're trying to say, and Gen Z should be a little more passive.
How do you see yourself fitting into this representing of the Gen Z?
Well, I think for millennials, that is the advantage, because we have worked with the generation before us who are very traditionally inclined, who believe in values, and who believe in being together, being traditional ways. And the Gen Z are very adaptable and open to change. So I fit in very well because I try to take best of both worlds.
That's the very sweet spot to be in. What do you think is the biggest challenge Gen Z is facing today?
I think that I already mentioned before that distraction and less of focus, because many options are available today. So they need to stick longer. They need to have patience and focus, I feel.
If you could give one message to the Gen Z readers of our magazine, what would it be?
One message. Don't chase shortcuts, build your strength. So I think I tell them, keep learning, be consistent at it, have patience, and you have it in you. And the environment, the political environment, economic environment, everything is in your side. So I feel if a couple of changes here and there, and this generation can take India a lot way ahead, take the world to new realms.
Our magazine initiative aims to highlight the voices and perspectives of the younger generations. What are your thoughts on such an initiative?
About the initiative that you have.
The magazine to highlight the voices and perspectives of younger generations.
No, I think it's a great initiative. In fact, I was happy to know that you guys are so nicely prepared. There are some set of questions, and you are interested to know what we think about it, where you should improve, what is good about you, what is wrong. So, kudos to you guys that you're taking such initiatives which will help you and the other lot of students and your colleagues to improve and to know how you are perceived in the industry out there, the Gen Zs.
Lastly, would you like to share a message or words of encouragement for our team as we take this initiative forward?
So I feel, like I said, first of all, congratulations for this initiative. I think you should always think about the long term impact of these initiatives. And because Gen Zs in general, their negatives that they have could be very well converted to the positives. Only if a little focus is made, improvement points are taken, feedback is taken, and worked on it. So, not just only for individuals or some people who are here, but for the entire ecosystem of Gen Zs. I think it's a very good initiative. You guys should stay focus on quality rather than just content or just quantity, and keep creating something meaningful like this.
Thank you so much, Mohan, for your interview and your time. We loved your perspective and the way you think about things.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.